All right, so I know you've been checking out Hypno Vibes, and I've got to say I'm right there with you. Some of those videos are wild.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But this one with Naomi and Tina, well, this one's a whole other level.
Really gets you thinking.
This idea of connecting with 10,000 souls.
Yeah.
I mean,
you don't see that every day.
it kind of bends what we think we know about hypno channeling, right?
Wow.
Like I get connecting with higher consciousness, maybe tapping into universal knowledge or something.
Yeah.
But 10,000 souls, that's something else.
Yeah, it really is. And it makes you wonder, like, what is she actually tapping into? Is it a collective energy? Are these individual souls that have grouped up somehow?
Right, exactly. And what does it mean for us? For how we think about consciousness and what happens after we die?
Big questions, Ree.
Huge. So this whole thing kicks off with Naomi feeling this crazy itching. She describes it as like this massive energy attached to her.
That physical element is so interesting.
Isn't it? It's not just in her head. It's like this very real thing.
It makes you think about energy and consciousness and how they tie into our physical bodies, too.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So Naomi being Naomi, she doesn't like shy away from it or anything. She dives right in.
Yeah.
Tries to communicate with these energies.
That takes guts.
And that's when John pops up.
John being like the spokesperson for this massive soul group, and this is where things get even more interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Jaren's like super chill about the whole thing.
I know. Like you'd expect some big revelation or like a sense of urgency. But he's just hanging out playing cards.
Yeah. Playing cards is not what you expect.
So strange.
Eh.
It's like he's been doing this forever, just waiting for someone to chat.
Right. Like, what's that about? And it really throws you off when you think about how we usually see the afterlife. You know, all serious and somber.
Yeah. You always hear about harps and clouds, not card games.
Maybe we've been projecting our own fear of death onto it.
That's a good point. Maybe it's not all doom and gloom.
Maybe there's room for some fun.
Right. Why not?
And then John says he's one of the oldest souls there, which just raises more questions.
Like how long has he been there? What's he been up to all this time?
It's a lot to think about.
Definitely. So we've got John, this old soul gelling and playing cards. What else do we learn?
Well, he mentions having a mission to guide other souls, which he admits he's been kind of slacking on.
Hold on. So there's this whole other world where souls hang out and play cards? There's like a hierarchy with jobs and responsibilities.
It's a lot to take in, isn't it? And what does that hierarchy mean for individual souls?
Yeah. Like, is there a system to move up or are there just specific roles?
And what about the souls who don't do their mission?
Right. Are there consequences? Is there like a soul manager making sure everyone is on track?
Wow. Your mind is going a mile a minute.
I know, right? This is getting deep.
It really is, but we're just scratching the surface with this one.
I'm ready to dive deeper.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So we have like this whole picture forming, right? 10,000 souls, 10 playing cards, and it may be some kind of soul hierarchy. It's like wild. But then Naomi goes and offers to help these souls with healing.
I know, it's kind of crazy, right? Like these souls can be attached to places, even something as basic as like an office with good AC.
Yeah, an office.
What does that even tell us about energy and consciousness? It's like a whole different way of looking at things.
Totally. And maybe this is happening all over the place, just on a smaller scale. Like, what if there are all these pockets of soul energy around us that we just don't even notice?
Whoa. That's a bit freaky, actually.
Yeah.
And if they're looking for healing, does that mean they're carrying around some baggage from their past lives? Like unresolved issues or trauma?
Maybe. It definitely makes you think about what healing even means for souls that aren't, alive anymore.
Right. Is it like therapy for ghosts? I mean, what are we even talking about here?
Well, it might not be as straightforward as therapy. Remember, this is all pretty far out there.
Mm-hmm.
But if we go with the idea that our energy and our consciousness keep going after our bodies die,
okay, yeah,
then it makes sense that there could be parts of that energy that need some kind of healing or closure.
So it's not necessarily about dealing with past life stuff like you do in therapy today.
Not exactly. It could be more about letting go of things, holding on to energy that's stopping them from moving on. You know how sometimes we cling to a job or a relationship?
Oh, yeah, or belief even.
Right. Even when it's not good for us, we get trapped.
Totally.
Yeah.
And what if it's like that for souls too? They just get stuck.
Exactly. And maybe they need help to see that they're stuck and break free.
And that's where the energy healing comes in.
Could be. It's like a little push, a shift in their energy that helps them see things differently. And remember, we're not talking about one soul here. We're talking about 10,000, all linked in some way. So healing one of them could affect the whole group.
Wow, that's intense.
Yeah.
It's like a domino effect, but positive.
Exactly.
But I'm still kind of wondering, if they want healing, why haven't they moved on already? Don't souls like naturally go to some higher place or something?
That's a question people have been asking forever, right?
Yeah.
And honestly, we might never have the answer, but maybe it's not about going from A to B.
Okay, so not like a straight line.
Right. What if it's about choice? What if these souls are choosing to stay put for whatever reason?
So they're not stuck, they're just hanging out. But why?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Maybe they're attached to a place or people. Maybe they feel like they have something left to do. Or maybe they're just scared of what comes next.
That's like they're afraid to leave the movie theater, even though the movie is over.
Exactly. And that's why Naomi offering to help is so important. She's not making them go anywhere. She's giving them the power to make their own choice, to try something new, to move on to whatever's next for their soul.
That makes a lot of sense. This whole conversation is making me rethink everything I thought I knew about, life after death and all that. I thought we'd be talking about ghosts and stuff.
Yeah, that's the thing about a deep dive. You never know where it's going to lead.
But we went way deeper than that. It's like questioning reality itself.
It really is. That's the power of it all. It makes you challenge what you thought you knew, makes you more aware.
Yeah.
And you just have to embrace the mystery of it all.
I love that.
Yeah.
So what do you think is the biggest takeaway from this whole thing?
For me, it's how we understand the afterlife and the idea that growth and healing can happen even when we're not physically alive anymore.
Yeah, and how everything is connected.
Exactly. This session with Naomi, Tina, and John makes us question our ideas about death and consciousness. There's so much more to discover and learn about what happens beyond what we can see.
It's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
And this could just be the beginning. What if there are tons of souls out there needing help and guidance?
It's definitely something to think about. It's a whole new perspective on consciousness, the afterlife, and the connections between us all. It's something we can keep exploring as we learn more.
You've definitely given us a lot to think about. Glad we did this deep dive.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's always fascinating. So we've been talking about souls needing healing, but what does that even look like? Like, is it therapy, but for ghosts?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. It's a weird concept.
It's not that simple. We're dealing with some pretty out there stuff here. But if we think about our energy, our consciousness, maybe sticking around after we die, then it makes sense that some part of that energy might need some healing,
Yeah.
to help it move on or something.
So it's not about fixing problems from their past lives like we would with therapy today.
Not really. It could be more about letting go of things that are holding them back, like attachments or ties to this world.
I get that. It's like when we cling to a job or a relationship, even when it's bad for us.
Exactly. We get stuck in these patterns. And what if those patterns carry over after death? What if some souls need help to break free?
So that's where the energy healing comes in.
Maybe. It's like a nudge, a way to shift their energy and help them see things in a new way. And remember, it's not just one soul. We're talking about 10,000 all connected somehow. So healing one could affect the whole group.
That's a powerful thought, like a ripple effect of good vibes.
Exactly. But here's the thing that I'm still trying to wrap my head around. If these souls are looking for healing, why are they still here? Shouldn't they have moved on to like a higher level or something?
Yeah, I thought souls naturally progressed or something.
That's a question people have been debating forever, right? And we might never get a clear answer. Maybe it's not about moving in a straight line.
Okay, so not like a staircase.
Right. What if it's about choice? What if they're choosing to stay for whatever reason?
So they're not trapped, they're just hanging out.
But why? That's the big mystery, isn't it? Maybe they're attached to a certain place or people. Maybe they feel like they have unfinished business. Or maybe they're just scared of what's next.
Like they don't want to leave the movie theater even though the movie's over.
Exactly. And that's what makes Naomi's offer so important. She's not forcing them to do anything. She's giving them the power to choose to try something new, to move on to the next chapter.
I'm really seeing this whole thing differently now. I thought we'd be talking about ghosts, but it's so much deeper. It's making me question everything I thought I knew about consciousness and life after death.
And even about reality itself.
Yeah, it's like a total mind meld.
That's what a deep dive is all about. It's about challenging our ideas, opening our minds, and embracing the mystery of it all.
You put that perfectly. I feel like we've given everyone a lot to think about today.
Definitely. It's been a wild ride.
Thanks for taking us on this journey. It's been amazing.
Anytime. It's always a pleasure to explore these topics with you.
And for everyone listening out there, keep an open mind, keep exploring, and keep questioning everything. Till next time.
So now, I like to maybe talk to maybe it's a collective of this 10,000 energy souls. If you can have a representative, if we can have a conversation for me to know if there's anything else I can help, But if you guys cannot make me feel itchy, because I don't think that is your intention, but when I count to 3, this representative will be able to talk with me. 1, coming through this body. 2, almost here. And 3.
Hello.
Yes. Can you tell me who you are? John. Very good. And can you tell me, are you someone who can say you can represent other souls?
I don't want to say I represent the collective. Oh, that would be too much.
Oh, but you're well known.
Well, you could say I'm popular.
Oh, very good. So tell me what you're doing in this room.
I'm playing cards.
That's nice. So you play that every day?
Now we switch it up sometimes.
And you don't sense time anyway? No?
We just do what we do, want to do at the moment.
But why play cards in this office? It feels good?
There's an air conditioning here.
Correct. Besides that?
Yeah, there's a group here.
Group?
A lot of people.
Right, I know that. So most of them?
Maybe half.
What, cat?
Half?
Half, wow. So how does that work? Why people know you? And why you're well known by them?
Because I'm one of the oldest here.
So you lost your body long time ago?
Yes.
100 years ago? Or more?
Thousands of years, I don't remember.
Wow, so what happened? Why you keep staying here?
Because I have a mission
To do what?
to guide other souls.
Are you doing that? What do you do?
I'm kind of lazy.
See, you're not doing that.
Like I do it sometimes, once in a while.
So how you guide them? You take them to this place. That's not guiding them.
Not.
Well, but this is not the best for them. You lose your bodies and you're not supposed to be in this realm. You know that. Because how much they can learn. They can rest.
Well, sometimes I feel boring too.
Right. For thousands of years. So can
Well, in human terms, thousands of years.
you... Right. But it's long enough. So let me ask you. I feel itchy. My legs, back. But not too bad, but because of them? Because of you guys?
Some just wants to attach to you
Because?
because they want healing.
I'm not sure if attached to someone's body, they feel they can get some energies.
Probably.
So can you do this? I don't know. I never asked a soul to do something like this. Can you tell them, I'm willing to, right? I'm okay for them to stay, but try not to attach to my body. If they need healing, I'm going to do this, let's say, transformation for them, maybe once a week. So when that comes, I can help them to get healings, but not to attach to the body, because that will make me do less. Do you think you can tell them?
Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't think it makes sense to attach to the body. Tell them I have much better way to help them. And I promise I will do once a week with the different channelers. If they want me to take them to a better place, I will do so. And you are supposed to tell them, because it's like you went to a movie theater and the movie ended. And you say, I'm gonna hang out in this movie theater. A little bit, but days and months and years? I don't think so. Can you also talk to them? Do what you're supposed to do? And I don't want to send you anywhere yet, because it seems like you are, how to say, almost like a leader for them. So I trust you. I want you to give them the message. And then I will talk to you again, maybe next week. Can you do that?
Yeah, I'll see how I do.
Please do. And if you need any help, I will do my best. And so let me ask you, this 10,000 souls, they came to this office recently?
No, it's compiled up.
Oh, wow, it's so crowded,
Yes.
right? It's not that big space. Wow.
They don't take up space.
That's right. But it's, I'm imagining, condensed. So anything else you want to ask me?
No? You're doing good.
No, thank you. And I'm doing my best, but I feel like, oh, I have to scratch here, there. So please let them know that I will do the healing for them, but not to attach to anyone's body. Very good. I appreciate your help, and I will speak with you soon again. So please pass the message.
Thank you.
Thank you.